Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead. We've got an issue on our property here. We've been knowing, all of our neighbors have this problem, and we've been trying to hope that we don't end up with it, but at some point we knew we would, and it's called Cogon Grass. It's probably the most evasive grass on the face of the earth. Right now they're saying that the only way you can actually control it is the use of Roundup and arsenic. And we now have found it on our property here. It's on our fence row here between us and a neighbor who has it. And it is going down the fence row pretty hard, all down in through the bottom down in here, coming up. We don't like using chemicals on our property, but the only way you can even begin to control this is with Roundup. And that doesn't eradicate it. That just kind of helps control it. But it grows from rhizomes under the ground. You can see these things, they grow, they're very evasive. That's a tree root there, but they grow all through the ground. This is them coming up here. According to research on it, it says that it spreads some 40-something feet underground every year. We've just noticed this, and it's evidently been here for a couple of years. We just didn't know it was in our fence row like this because we cleaned our fence row out and it was actually in it. And it grows pretty deep in the ground. They say one of the things you don't want to do is burn it. See, we were kind of digging some of it up. I'll show you one of the rhizomes. It's a rhizome grass. This is the way it grows. It just spreads like crazy underground, and it pops up here, and it goes over here and pops up again, comes over here and pops up, and it keeps putting off new shoots. And each one of these shoots kind of curls up on the end and makes another thing of grass out here. Now, the ends are very sharp pointed and very tough. Like this one right here. You see how that is? That thing is almost like a nail on the end right there. It's real hard, and I've actually seen them push through tree roots, wooden tree roots, just force their way through it. And one of the surefire ways to know you have Cogon is on the blades of the grass. That center vein is off center. One side will be wider than the other side is, and that's a trait of Cogon grass. The edges is very serrated, like a knife on the edge. Animals will not eat it because it's so like a razor blade on the edges. It will cut you. It come from the Philippines, according to what I'm able to understand. And it's a very evasive grass that's in this country now. And it's taking over all the farmland. So now that we have it, we know that we've got to get some Roundup. We've got to get in here and spray the fence rows with Roundup and try to see if we can get it under control as best as we can, because I see it all out in the woods over here. We're just going to have to try to get all that sprayed and get all this down in here sprayed before it, and keep it cut so that it does not go to seed. That's the biggest issue, because the seeds are so light that they'll blow in the wind and just carry, kind of like the little tumbleweed things you blow on and they just float through the air. The seeds of Cogon grass do exactly the same thing, and they spread just whichever direction the wind's blowing in. So we done found some on the other side of our property. We found some here. We've pulled all that up over there because we caught it in time. But this here, we just noticed when we started cleaning the fence row out that there's about a 30-foot section here that it's already spread on, and it's headed toward the neighbors over that way. So looks like we got to buy Roundup and start spraying the fence rows. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.